Okay, we are on. We are with everybody. I apologize. I got a little bit of funky lighting, but there's nothing I can do about it.
You still look great, my friend. How are you?
Excellent. I am so good. I am so good. We've been doing some traveling back in Southern California right now, out here doing a little work, doing some business mastermind and having some fun.
There you go. Excellent. I just drove
Yeah.
in from Houston today, so here we are reconvening in other areas in our home places, right?
That's it. That is it. How is everybody else? What's are you guys traveling? Are you home? Where are you? Where are you watching
No,
from?
we just oh yeah, everyone else out there, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone tell it. Pop in, people.
Say
Ask
hello. We want to know
questions.
you're
Say
here.
hello.
And are you on vacay or are you at work? Are you at home? Are you sneaking away and you're
Right. In your cubicle going, I want to watch Wellness Wednesday.
yeah, scroll. Who are these crazy ladies? Maybe they're
Exactly.
let me stop and see what they're up to. Oh my gosh, you guys. Well, we've got a fun topic today because this is something that it's been around for centuries, right? Like it's nothing like new. It's nothing that costs you $1 million. I think it's something that everybody has in their household, but people really don't know why to use it or that it has so many health benefits. And is it legit? Like, is it really real? Or is it just like this fad of taking apple cider vinegar? Um, have you guys wondered? Drop it down below if you're like, is apple cider vinegar really what it's all cracked up to be? Do you want to know?
You want to know?
We're going to crack the code, right? We're going to do the investigative report for
There
you.
you go. There you go. Is that vinegar worth it?
Is it worth it? Is the $2.99 bottle worth it? No.
Exactly.
Later we will talk about product and price on another show, but today that we won't talk about that. But just for everybody joining us, we'll do a quick hello. Who are Kelly and Heidi? We welcome everybody. Thanks for joining, and let us do a quick introduction, and then we'll jump right into the nuts and bolts about apple cider vinegar. So Heidi, take it away.
Yeah. Hey, hello everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Heidi Iratzable. I'm an ND naturopath, and I'm certified in functional medicine. I come into the wellness world, and I've been practicing over 20 years, 22 years. But I come into health and wellness through an athletic background. In my youth, looking for a better performance, better recovery. What do I eat? What do I not eat? All these things, and working those out. And when I was living in Europe and racing for a women's bicycle racing team, this is where I really got involved and opened my eyes to different modalities of acupuncture, homeopathy, really specific diet and lifestyle and recovery change. It just blew my mind. And I thought, these are simple things that everyone can do. It shouldn't just be for sort of the upper echelon athletes around. And so when I retired, I thought, I want to come back. I want to do this for people. I want to guide people to better health and robust longevity. And that's when I got together with Kelly and focused on women's health and longevity. And it's just been terrific. And that's why we bring this to you every Wednesday.
Heidi, it's you guys, it is a gift to be in community with like-minded people that want to raise the awareness and raise the health standard that we are all capable of in the world to live a longer, healthier, more joyous and fulfilling life, honestly. And that no longer are we all just stuck at I guess I'm just getting older. I guess aches and pains are normal. I guess a little weight gain as I'm getting into my 50s plus is like, just is, right? Just all the just is you're just telling yourself stories.
Yeah.
Truly, it's all stories and programming that we've learned, you guys. And what I want to say is it is so doable to live extraordinary. It's easier, simpler than you thought. So I'm Kelly. I've had a background in health and wellness for like almost 30 years. It's been so wild. I have now left my past careers in physical therapy, and I have online women's health programs. I'm a high performance health coach, really allowing people to follow very simple steps to feel better, to believe about that it's possible to get better, to implement a few things that could drastically change your life, right? Really, it's not just, I got to go spend $5,000 on some piece of equipment, or no, you can absolutely make different lifestyle choices. And some things are basic, other things are more advanced or complex that we can add in depending on your level of health and wellness and investment in yourself. But in general, it's for everybody. So we're just so thankful that you're here. Thankful that you're joining in. And so let's jump right in. Let's jump right into some apple cider vinegar. Oh my gosh.
Jump into that apple cider vinegar. You can take a bath in it. It is actually healthy. Apple cider vinegar is, like you spoke of earlier, Kelly, it's been around for ages. It has multi-purposes, both in cleaning, our health, etc. But we can actually ingest it, just a little shot of it before we eat. And it activates so many of the signals that are needed in our body that are naturally there, ready to go, ready to respond, to create hydrochloric acid, to break down food, kill any bugs, that kind of thing, signal bile production, and then signal enzymatic production from pancreatic enzymes to break down our food and derive nutrients from. So it's a signaler, and it's quite powerful to do. So one of the ways over time, over the hundreds of years, that people have used to help with digestion, if they've experienced things like bloating or gas after eating, when they did the apple cider vinegar before, and a little bit goes a long way, you don't need to chug it, they had much less bloating and gas afterwards because they signaled all these different productions of breakdowns of the food.
And so Heidi, let's first talk about, okay, normally if we were in ultimate health, our body would do all these things naturally.
Absolutely.
Right? So what are the things, if you would give people tips that, like, what are the top, say, 3 or 5 things that a lot of people in society are currently doing that are causing disruption in this signaling of why things are starting to slow down, why they're having these bloating in the first place, right?
Yeah, great point, Kelly. One of the first things is that we plow through our food like we're never going to eat again, or like, I can't take much time to eat my food, and so we shovel in the food. We either go too long without eating, and so then we get, I got to have this food, and we get to speed up, or we try to fit in the eating when we don't have very much time to sit down and eat. It doesn't need to be a big drawn out 2-hour thing, but that'd be nice. That'd be ideal, perfect world, wouldn't it? But really, it's slowing down, just taking the time to eat slowly, chew your food, experience the texture, how it feels in the mouth, how it feels on the tongue. How do you smell it? So you're really smelling it when you taste it. So what does that smell and taste like? These are all first signalers to good digestion. And we can even go further, Kelly, and talk about when you smell the food. That's a first responder. That's a first reactor or signaler to digestion, is smelling the food, creating good saliva. The saliva, our secretory SIGA, immunoglobulins in the saliva, these are big responders. They help kill any bugs or bacteria that could be coming in on your food, so that we only get nutritious from the food. So these are big things you can do, is just take your time, smell the food, eat the food slowly. 30 chews is what the research says is the best. I get about 20 to 25 myself, I'll be honest, but I really try to get the 30, I do. But take your time with that food and really experience it.
And I think, Heidi, I was just sorry to interrupt right then.
No, go ahead.
If we think about historical or old school eating and thinking about gathering around the table, and as we gathered, right, we were smelling the food. We were excited to eat as it's coming together, as a family. And then as we sat, before we even go to eat, right, we were thankful, and we maybe said prayer as we broke the bread. And so it allowed our system to be ready to take that in, to slow down, to get out of the go, go, go mode, just by doing that little downtime, right? Just by having that pause. Really, it's just the pause that we all need. So I would tell all of you guys, you could be alone, but as you go to eat, pause And whatever, it doesn't matter, like if you want to pray, if you want to just be thankful for your food, if you just want to smell it for 30 seconds, but it's the pause to allow the body to prepare for the intake,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
That preparation.
Fabulous point, Kelly, is the pause, is just that moment of actually seeing the food for what it is, the beauty of it, the appreciation and gratitude of it. Because there's a lot of people out there that just don't get this, right? Even in America, this isn't a third world problem. It's some people just are not fed in America. So really enjoy that food and give it that moment, that space between eating and starting to eat and, taking it in. That's a huge part, Kelly. Thanks for
Oh
bringing
my
that
gosh.
up.
No, yeah. I mean, you guys, I'm going to out myself this morning as I was just sharing with Dr. Heidi as we were getting going here that today, because I'm not at home, I'm somewhere other than home, my schedule is a little off of normal. And I found myself preparing my breakfast. And in my head, I was putting it in a to-go container to eat en route somewhere for 20 minutes versus taking the extra 20 minutes at home. I packed in a little bit too much. And I just thought, oh, it's no big deal. I'll eat it on the road. I know that is not in my best interest. It's not in my digestive health's best interest. And we all have that now and then. Like, okay, I know better. I got to rearrange my schedule. I need to be sure I put in that downtime. That is really important. So it is okay on an occasion. And then we check ourselves and say, all right, doesn't become a habit. And that's really it is. If you're not aware, then you're eating at your desk, you're eating in a stressful moment, right? And in that stress, definitely the body's not going to digest well.
Yeah, exactly. And eating should be a really focused thing. It should be. I hate shooting on people. Eating is, we can't survive without eating, right? It's an important aspect
Necessity.
of human existence and
Yes.
energy building and overall health. So it should be put forward. I would like to have you put it forward on your priority list and not eked in as you can while you're doing these other projects or other things. You need to flip that priority to I'm going to do the food, and then I'm going to have the energy to go out and do whatever I want.
Yes. I think most of us, this is when we might go to our yoga class. This is when we are in the office. This is when we are doing this. Eating shouldn't be just randomly fit anywhere. No, it's taking that 30-minute rest. And maybe you're not eating for 30 minutes, but the process of slowing down, pausing, eating, cleaning up from your food or taking a little 5-10 minute walk or whatever, like you have this, that's part of it. It's really high performance because then also you're fueling yourself for whatever's upcoming right next, as well as later throughout the day. Everything is feeding what we're doing.
Exactly. And are we feeding the stress by trying to fit it in, rush it here, rush it there? Or are we feeding our health, our vitality, our brain function? Thich Nhat Hanh used to always say, when it's time to eat, eat. When it's time to work, work. Meaning when you're doing whatever you're doing, be focused on that, complete that, be all in on that, and then move to the next thing. We're not made for multitasking, although we are brilliant at it. We're not really made for it because that does create a certain level of chronic stress in the body, which is very hard metabolically. So high stress slows down digestion. And this could be the only reason you have digestive issues, is you're eating too quickly, too much on the run, fitting it in.
Wow. And so with that, again, we talked about bloating, we talked about gas, maybe even just some weight gain because you're not right. Like maybe even a little brain fog. Those are all signs, everybody, that your digestion might not be right.
Exactly. The brain fog's a big one. Oftentimes we'll eat too quickly and we'll exceed our carbohydrate load. And the way you know you've done that is when you're fatigued after the meal, or you're looking for a little bit of chocolate, or you're looking for a coffee or something to wake you up, another energizer. This is a good sign that you probably ate too quickly, exceeded your carbohydrate load. And if you just slowed down and allowed your body time to process, you wouldn't have that fatigue. You'd actually have energy or just feel good, feel like, oh, okay, I'm great. Let's go. I don't need another thing.
Yes. Yes. I love that. I love that. Cause I think we all think we need something external, right?
Right.
Versus no, why naturally I should feel this way.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say, if somebody were to use some apple cider vinegar, like how much should they drink? How often? Is it right before a meal? Like, let's walk somebody through it.
Yeah, sure. So generally a tablespoon, and you may want to work up to that. You can mix it with water. Some people don't like the straight up taste of vinegar. It is pretty strong, but you get used to it. But you can slowly work up to a tablespoon. Shot glass is also quite good. Just down the hatch, off you go. You want to do it before a meal, a good 10 minutes if you can before a meal. So it gives that signaling time to start firing up all the rest of the signaling, so that when you eat and the food comes in, it's ready, you know. Everyone's in there waiting for it to come on down and are prepared. Some people mix it with a little honey. I'm not just to dampen down the sour taste, but really you kind of want the sour taste because that activates salivary glands. So the vinegar actually activates from high end, right? Salivary glands. And then the vinegar itself signals enzyme production further on down, hydrochloric acid production further down in the esophagus and the top of the stomach. So there's all kinds of signalings going on, and you want that's cider vinegar.
So what would be your suggestion for somebody if they are like, oh, somebody else told me to take digestive enzymes. Do I only need to take apple cider vinegar? And is it specifically apple cider vinegar versus other vinegars?
Yeah, apple cider vinegar is the tried and true. And you do want, because of our, world, we make things, but you want organic apple cider vinegar. Bragg's brand is generally the one I recommend. I'm not getting any money from Bragg's. They don't know I even mentioned them. No conflict here. And it's also really good tasting. So the ones that are really sour are cheaper, not as pure, not as refined. The Bragg's vinegar being organic, it's better. Yeah. So yes, the brand does make a difference.
And would it be before every meal? One meal a day, their big meal?
It would be definitely before a larger meal. You wouldn't want to really do it before a snack, because you do want to follow it with a full meal, right? If you take digestive enzymes, take those after the vinegar. Do the vinegar, start your meal, and then do the enzymes more towards the beginning of the meal as well. But you wouldn't want to take it at the same time as the vinegar, because it would cancel it out.
Yeah. So these are, I know digestive enzymes are kind of another, I can't say a hot topic, but they're more common. People are talking about them a little bit. Oh, or my doctor recommended me starting to take one, something like that. So I just want everybody to be sure you can take them both, but don't take them at the same time. Because I think a lot of people accidentally do a lot of things and don't realize that certain things counteract each other. So
yeah. And if you do try the vinegar and you get a burning sensation in your stomach, then you may consider talking to your doctor, because you might have a little bit of ulcer formation going on or starting. Because so the damage of not having enough hydrochloric acid production has caused some ulcerations in there. And so that's one way of knowing if you do the vinegar. If we're even thinking about, hey, I wonder if you have ulcers, try the vinegar. If you get a burning in your stomach or you feel worse, probably has started, and then you'd want to use something else.
yeah.
So
good. I mean, so then the last part of it, everybody, is okay. So you're using it and maybe you're starting to feel a little better, which is the key. Awesome. You're actually digesting your food and you have less bloating, and maybe now you're no more weight gain, or your brain is definitely clearer. then what would be the progression of somebody? Should they stay on that protocol kind of for like a month, Heidi, 3 months before they start to taper off? Because it's definitely something that you want the body to take over, because as we were talking about, the body is so smart, it learns. And so it reprograms to what it needs to do again. So we don't need this forever.
Right. We don't need to bombard the body with signals. It's already built in. It gets off of signal for other reasons, for stress, not eating right, eating on the run, a lot of processed foods. If you got sick and got stressed, the combinations that can throw them off. The vinegar is just a segue to rebooting the body, rebooting those signals. And what you want to look for is, if you are, okay, my bloating's gone, my gas is gone, I'm not burping, feel pretty good after a meal. Then what you want to do is start backing it off, not do it every day, or just do it with the larger meal and slowly taper down, because you really don't need to have it anymore. Once the body is back to sync, you've learned to slow down, to eat a little bit, the body will just reboot itself and do that correctly and efficiently, and you don't need to do it all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's good.
You want to go talk to a dietitian or naturopath or someone to say, well, let's figure out in your diet why that's happening.
Exactly. So this isn't like this is for everybody, you guys, right? Listen to your body. If you're feeling any of this, if you think, this might be me, you can try it on your own. This isn't going to hurt you, but seek out help. And like Heidi said, you may need to be working with your practitioner to make sure, is there anything underlying? What else is needed? Let's work through this. But honestly, to start, if you have any of those symptoms, it is legit, and it is great that it's like the so easy, off the shelf, go get, inexpensive, great way to some improving your digestive health.
Yeah, absolutely. Give it a try.
So
been around forever.
Yeah. If you currently take it, right, or you're going to try it, let us know, give us a hands up, like I'm in, I'm trying it, or I've been using it, or whatever is, let us know, because it is, I think people like to know, how did it help you? What did it do? It's going to be different for everybody, but it is nice to share experiences to know, like, okay, I'm not like crazy, the only one that loves apple cider vinegar that thinks it's the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Well, super great chatting today. Heidi, I think this was an awesome topic. I think a lot of people got value, and they can go implement that right away if they've got some digestive stuff going on. And then we'd love to hear back from you. If you ever have a topic that you're like, I have a question about this, I was wondering about this, let us know. Put it in the comments. That's the only way that we can come and educate and talk with you guys, is we'd love to answer more questions. Just remember that Heidi and I were going to have upcoming the beginning of the year, our women's mastermind, health mastermind program that's going to be launched again. So it is not open yet. Cart's not open, but if you want to be on the waiting list, so when it's open, you're the first to know, just drop down the word mastermind. We'll put you on that waiting list. Okay. And if you have other questions and want to seek help in the meantime, with just some basics getting going with me, or other lab work or anything with Heidi, just tag either one of us, reach out, and we're here to serve.
Absolutely. Let us help.
All right, you guys. Okay. Let us know. We want to know if you tried your apple cider vinegar. Have a good one.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.